Hello participants and welcome in this new session. And the last session we completed the transactional analysis and we discussed all different concepts, all different phenomena of transactional analysis. Now, we have nearly completed all the topics and all the units of organizational behavior. Now, we will discuss about some of the case studies, but before actually starting analyzing the case studies, let us understand what is case studies and how a case study can be used as a method of teaching learning and especially a method of learning in management. Before I explain in detail about case study, let us first try to understand what is case and from where this word has been taken. If we go across various disciplines, then in the discipline of medical sciences and in the discipline of legal studies or legal proceedings, as well as among some of the social sciences like psychology, there are cases. In the medical sciences, a patient is considered as a case, whereas in the legal proceedings, a person who has committed crime or the process of judicial proceedings for a criminal activity is also considered as a case. In the case of psychology and other social sciences also, a person having some abnormality or a state of abnormality is also considered as case. Now, why they are considered as case, whether it is domain area of medical sciences, legal sciences or social sciences, why it is considered as a case? A case is a typical person, group, situation, place or anything. It may be anything, it is typical, it is different. Suppose we take example of medical case, 2 or 3 people are suffering from fever, but all these 3 are different cases because all they are suffering from fever, but what is reason for the fever? One person is suffering from fever as a result of tuberculosis, second one is suffering from fever as a result of heat stroke, and third one is suffering from fever because of cold. So, all are having the same problem, but the reason, diagnosis and treatment is different, and because of that reason it is a case. Similarly, we can understand in the discipline area of legal proceedings also. Suppose 2 people have been brought to the court after committing murder, and both have killed the human beings, and as a result of that they have been brought to the court. But among these 2 murderers, one person has killed a person because this man was trying to hurt to the people, trying to create problem for the people, and he has been threat to a very big group of people and having a very dangerous weapon, and because to protect the people from that danger, this man was killed by a person with a gun. On the other hand, a person killed a person to steal the property. So, both of these are murder, but different in nature. So, case is that. Now, how this case study method? Now, what is case study? Case study is process of investigation, understanding, explaining, researching about a typically different person, group, place, event, situation, circumstance, organization, phenomena, it may be anything that can become a case. Now, how case study became part of management studies? This management programs were very first started by the Harvard School of Business. When the management program was started, at that time there were no books, no material, no research papers, no teacher, nothing was available for the teaching of the students. So, it was decided that cases will be taken from the industry. Cases means if there is something typical positivity, typical negativity, typical uniqueness, or something a different kind of place, person, group, event, circumstance in the organization. Example is there is severe absenteeism in the organization, that can be this is a kind of situation which can be considered as a case. Another case is one of the production machine is not working properly for last many days, even after all the efforts have been made to repair or to replace the affected parts, but machine is not working properly. Third one is everything was done while developing a product, and product quality is very good, but even then it is not acceptable in the market, it is not being accepted by people. So, these kind of situations were taken as cases, and with the help of the cases, the management education could be started in the Harvard School of Business. And what was pattern? Pattern or criteria was that a professor from the Harvard School of Business with a team of 2 or 3 students will go to the industry, and they will ask for the problem, challenges in the form of cases from the industry, and industry will share the challenges and problem which are actually being faced by the industry, and they will also give one nodal person with one support person to the team from the academia. Now, there is one team of academia consisted of a professor and the students, and one industry representative part of the team, and the problem or challenge shared by the organization. Now, this team will work to solve the problem or to address the challenge. So, with this the management education could be started. Later on, when number of institutions came into existence, it was not possible for industry to give this much time for management education. So, then people started recording the challenges and problems or situations or events of organizations related to their performance, related to their challenges. People started recording them. Then these recorded cases became a mean for the case study, and later on some of the Dixon based or fiction based studies, case studies were also developed, and nowadays case study has become a very good method of teaching management. As I told you that the problem, challenges, situations, circumstances, events and reports, recorded one, are supplied to the management students, and they try to understand. These case studies gave them idea how industry works, what kind of problem and challenges be there, and what kind of interaction is there. So, through case study, it is not only chance to understand the problem and challenges of organization, but also what type of situation is there, how people are working there, and what circumstances are there, and how these circumstances, event, problem and challenges can be addressed. If a management student will involve among 10 to 15 different realistic actual cases, problems, challenges of industry, that will be very good mean of understanding management or practicing management. Case study method is not only the method of teaching learning, it is method of research also. If rigorously by using the case study method, the facts are investigated, the problem is solved or challenges are addressed, that can also become a method of research conduction. So, both the method of teaching learning and method of research are being used nowadays in the management education. Now, we have understood what is case study, and why we should use case study as a method of management education. After understanding that, I already shared with you that there can be three type of cases. Number one, the actual case, when a team is going to the industry and industry is giving the problem and challenges, or industry is giving opportunity to the team to observe, to study, to examine, to investigate what are problem and challenges, because sometimes even industry does not know because of what problem or challenge the product is not acceptable, or people are not working effectively, or there is no possibility of profit maximization, or why the wealth is not maximizing, why production is not happening on right time, or why there are certain behavioral problems among industry. So, these two situations can happen, either problem will be given by the industry, or the team will identify the industry. This is first, and this is real case based study. Second one is, as I told you that nowadays there are thousands of management educational institutions in the world, and it is not possible for the industry to invite these students and give opportunity time to them, because production is something a very serious process, and for accomplishment of this process there should be minimum intervention, because students are not expert and trained, and they would be affecting the working hours, the timings and everything in the industry, and that will be hampering in the attainment of organizational goal. So, recorded cases can be given to the student in the classroom, and there they can develop that given situation, given case, given problem or given challenge as in the real domain of industry, and then they can come up with the solution of problem or address of challenge. And there might be different solutions for the same case, but what is expected, that the solution should be well justified and logical. It should not be abrupt. Suppose a single case is given to 5 different teams of students. So, each team of student will analyze the case in their perspective, in their understanding, with respect to their knowledge, with respect to the support available, with respect to the infrastructure available. By taking stock of all that, they will come up with a typical solution. But if there are 5 different teams, each team will have their different features of perspective, infrastructure, knowledge, understanding. Accordingly, there might be 5 or less than 5 solutions of problem or analysis of case study, and these analysis may be even opposite to each other. But what is expected, that the solution, the analysis given should be logical and justifiable, and if it is implemented, the solution given, the challenge remedy given, if it is used as an alternative solution, then its feasibility should be there. It should not be a kind of writing summary, writing precis, writing material. When we are analyzing the case, in that we will not use only that material what is being provided in the case study. We will take benefit of our understanding, our imagination, our intelligence, and our exposure, our experience. So, by taking benefit of all that, then how the problem, how the case can be analyzed. So, this can be. Now, there can be different type of case studies. Problem based case study, when a problem is already there in the case and case study is developed for the solution of that problem. Second one is critical analysis study. As I told you that sometimes it is not possible for the industry to know what is problem or challenge, because of a typical situation is being faced by the industry. In that case, a critical analysis case study can be developed, and the case analyzing team will critically examine, investigate, and then will come up with the analysis or solution of the problem. Then third one is the historical case study, a case study in which the historical facts are given and understanding has to be developed in the management education. So, this is third type. Fourth one is illustrative case study, where different kind of illustrations with the help of real life examples, real life situations, real life workplace happenings are given, and on the basis of these happenings, these illustrative examples, the case analyzing team will conclude for the solution. Next one is collective case studies. Collective means when there are number of there might be problem, and that will need the critical analysis. Certain historical elements are also included in that, and some illustrative material in the form of the data record is also given. That is a kind of collective case study. And some of the studies are descriptive case study, a detailed description about. We can take example of descriptive case study of COVID times. During the COVID times, some of the industry reached to their datum level of performance, or they were just on the verge of closure. For example, the hospitality industry was in that state, whereas some of the industry could emerge. So, a descriptive case study can be developed on that, and this case study can help us to analyze the situation, what were reasons because of which some of the industries were doing wonderful, whereas some of them were declining like anything. Similarly, there are exploratory case studies, instrumental case study, and entrenching case studies. These are also some of the types of case studies. Now, let us try to understand the specific guidelines which can help us to analyze the case. So far, we have understood the case study, and what kind of case studies can be there, and now how these case studies can be analyzed. And for analyzing a case study, the guidelines are, there are three phases, three steps. The first step is preparation for the case analysis. We must prepare for analyzing the case. Second one is answering the questions. Suppose some questions are given or industry has asked to reply or to respond to certain questions, then how these questions can be replied. Then third one is components of case study analysis draft. Now, what is purpose of the case study? The purpose of case study for students or management education student is application of management knowledge. Already I told you that it is not only the material given in the case study will help you, rather what knowledge you have got and how this knowledge can be applied. And once someone will practice that knowledge by practicing on the case study, that will give ability and competency to the person to be an effective manager, because similar kind of things will happen in the industry. And if a person has dealt with number of case studies, then it would be very easy to practice as a manager in the industry. Second one is to confront with the real management situation. The case studies gives very good real life kind of situations. Third one is it helps in the development of analytical skills, because most of the time a case study is mean for solution of the problem. So, in real life also a person might be facing various kind of problems and where there is need to take decisions. So, the communication skill, problem solving skill, your intellectual skill, various kind of skills can be developed with the help of case study method. Then this case study method also provides opportunity to present management info, how management information can be presented and how it can be utilized for addressing the challenges and problem of management. And yes, of course, the case study also helps managers to practice thinking about. Now, let us start step by step understanding how we can analyze the case. The very first step I told you is preparation for case analysis. Now, in the case analysis, you read the case, you take the case, you read the case 3 times. First time, read it without making any underline, highlighting, nothing else. Simply read it coolly, comfortably, calmly, so that you can understand what is this case, what is given in that. You read it again for the second time, and this time you hold a pencil or pen and you underline the major facts of that particular case. Now, you again read the case. This time better you have a highlighter in your hand, and before reading the case third time, read the question or what problem or challenge is given by the industry. Understand that. After understanding the question or the problem given or the challenge given by the industry, now you read the case again and highlight those part of the case, those fact or those points of the case which would be helpful in the solution of the problem or the questions given at the end of the case. So, by this way you will read the case for the preparation. Second, identify the key problems. I told you that there can be 2 type of situation. First one is problem is given with the case or questions are given with the case. Second is when the industry itself does not know what is problem in the case. So, to understand that you while reading the case, you must identify what is problem or what is set of problems in the case, and then next is to identify the significant relevant facts which can be helpful in the analysis of. It is mandatory, we must understand, we must know what are relevant facts, and it is not only the relevant facts. Once the relevant facts are there in your mind, then by taking benefit of your existing management knowledge, your existing experience, you should recollect that also. So, that is third part of your first. Now, for effective analysis of case given, consideration should be given to the following point. Number 1, read and examine the case thoroughly by taking appropriate notes, highlighting as I told you. Second, try to find out the solution of the problem. When you are going through number of times through the case, you must be well aware what problem has been given or what questions are given for related to this case, or if you have been asked to identify the problem, you must identify the problem in the first or the second reading, and during the third reading what relevant facts can support you, you should point out them, and then what your existing knowledge, experience and exposure can help you, that should also be recalled, and then finalize the solutions. What material available mentally, available in the case, available anywhere in any book, available in the research studies or in any format. Try to find out that, and once that is ready, then collect that material. Suppose you need to refer a book, suppose you need to refer a report of some industry, suppose you want to refer a speech of some industry tycoon, suppose you want to refer the speech given by the finance minister during presentation of budget in the parliament. So, you collect all that material, and once that material is ready, you finalize, collect it, segregate it, and once it is collected and segregated, next is introduce the case by involving all the facts relevant to the solution, and second, now start answering to the questions, start preparing your mind and start answering to the question or start addressing to the problem, and while doing that, try to associate solutions, answers which are available in the existing theories, concepts or models, and then write their conclusion, and after that enlist all the possible alternative options given for the situation, and then brainstorm for suitable logical and justifiable options and finalize it, and once it is finalized, then you develop the case. The very first one is write a brief introduction of your case, give some background about it, put your choices, exhibit and explain various alternatives, and then write the solutions, give your recommendations, and finally finalize the case. And this is complete criteria or guidelines for solution of the case. With this, we will close this session here only. I am thankful to all of you for patient listening. We will meet in the next session. Thank you very much. Hello participants, welcome again in this new brief session, and as already we know that this session is specifically for internal assessment, and as usual for internal assessment I have delivered my video lectures, I have given you the PPTs as a study material, I have shared with you books, and I have given you the list of various learning materials also. So, by taking benefit of all that, by going through, by using all these learning materials, you might have prepared for your internal assessment, and in the today's internal assessment again you will get MCQs and you will get one assignment, you will respond to the MCQs, and you will perform on your assignment. For assignment, it is not a type of question. You will go through the various resources, learning resources provided to you, and only then you will properly understand the assignment. Then you will write the answer of that assignment. After completion of your MCQ and your assignment, you will submit it, and we will evaluate it and submit add the evaluated award to your final score. And as I shared in the very first session, the evaluative strategy is MCQ, assignment, and your case studies also. So, the total of all that will be included in your final assessment. Thank you very much.